think it's really important just to make peace with the fact that some people just have more money than you.
Where's the lie? I be saying this all the time. Y'all don't know what people got going on. How many times have we had to say it on this channel? Comparison is the thief of joy. Sometimes you got it great, but you over here looking at what everybody else got going on, not even realizing they got more money than you. Why does this even need a disclaimer? Why does this even need to be spelled out to people that, hey, we're not trying to be mean, but everybody ain't broke? It's true. Some people made better life decisions than other people. Me included. That goes for everybody. You could pick somebody that's more successful or has more money than you anywhere in the world, and they're younger. Look at Kai Cenat. He rich and he's young. You could always compare yourself to somebody else and be like, dang, they're doing so well. But what about if you just looked in the mirror? You got things to be proud of yourself about. You should big yourself up every once in a while, but it's kind of hard to do that when you're looking around at everybody else.
And I don't say that to be mean. I don't say that to make you feel bad. I actually say that to liberate you and to make you feel better for when you're on this app and you see someone, especially someone who's like in a comparable life stage to you or similar age, doing something that is outside of your financial means that you can't afford right now, whether it's a vacation or a handbag or a fancy dinner or whatever it is. Some people just have more money than you.
Facts. This lady's spitting right here. She's spitting. And again, they don't even have to be the same age as you. They could be younger than you. You know how many old people hate on younger people? They're like, oh my gosh, how dare you be more successful than I ever was? Trust me, I've encountered people like that. It's really weird. But they're out there. Age ain't got nothing to do with it. Sometimes people just want what you got. They want the resources. And you ain't even got to have a lot of resources. Sometimes you could just have a bike. They want the bike. It could be your dog. It could be anything. I'm trying to tell y'all, it gets that deep.
And we live in a world that weaves together wealth and worth. And so when you see this, especially on social media, it can just trigger and bring up so much inadequacy and insecurity and panic about where we are in our own lives and our own journey, and making us feel like, oh my gosh, I'm behind. And sometimes you just got to realize, like, some people just have more money than you.
How many times she gonna keep saying it? But I'm gonna let her keep saying it because I hope it sink in today. Your worth is not defined by how much money you have, how many cars you got, how many things you can acquire that other people can be jealous that they can't have. This is all very materialistic stuff. Everybody has worth. No life is more valuable than the next. And nobody is better than the next person just because they have more money. But I know people in society like to do that. They're like, well, I got more money than you. This bag costs $20,000. Guess what? Still doesn't make you better than anybody else. And if people were wise, they would know that. We all bleed the same color blood.
Now, I think what we do a lot of the times, this is what I see all of the time, is the default explanation that a lot of us come up with is, well, they must be in debt. They must be straddled with debt. And I'm probably one of the most qualified people on this app to tell you that you are right about that some of the time. I've built an entire business on helping those people, right? Overcoming overspending, helping people who are overspending and buying things they can't afford and doing this type of like performative spending that we know isn't good. And I can also tell you that the explanation, the other half of the time, is that they just have more money than you. And there can just be a litany of reasons of why that is the case. I mean, maybe they're in a higher paying profession. Maybe they run a really successful business. Maybe they have a trust fund. Maybe they have an inheritance from a family member who passed away. Maybe they have parents that just taught them about money growing up and they started investing really young, or that paid for their college and kept them on their healthcare until 26 and still pay their cell phone bill at 40. I've seen it all. Like, there are so many reasons why somebody could have more money than you. And the magic, hear me, this is the part that matters. The magic is where when you get yourself to a point where you release yourself from the burden of trying to play everyone's favorite game of how are they doing this and how are they affording that.
You know what? I just be like, I don't give a dang what y'all got going on. Look, I'm going to do me. That's how I feel like people should operate. Stop trying to figure out how everybody doing what they doing. Unless you have a reason you're doing that. Like on this channel, we talk about why people are in debt. But it's for a reason. It's not just because I'm just like, oh, I want to talk about people in debt for no reason. It's so you can see yourself in the people we're talking about so you can learn from them. But if you just sitting here in your regular everyday, watching people on Instagram and on TikTok, like, hey, how are you able to buy that pair of shoes? How are you able to go on this trip? How are you able to do X, Y, and Z? Maybe just get inspired and say, how can I do that? That's what I do. And there's nothing wrong with being inspired by people, y'all. You don't have to be jealous and be like, oh my gosh, you're doing this. Like, oh, who do you think you are? Maybe write it down, figure out a plan, figure out how can I do the same thing if you're that inspired? Ask yourself, can you do that thing? Is it possible? I think anything's possible. What are you willing to do to figure out how to do it? Is there going to be some hurdles, some challenges you got to overcome? Some hard times? Probably, if it's anything worth you really wanting, because most of the things that people want to do, it takes a lot of time and effort.
The reason we get so wrapped up in that game is, like I said, because we weave together so much of our worth with wealth. And so we make it mean all these awful and terrible things when we see somebody doing something that we can't. And so our brains want to figure out, like, how, tell me how they're doing that. And you will give yourself so much peace and free up so much of your mental and emotional energy when you release yourself from trying to figure it out.
Stop trying to figure it out. That's the better thing to do. Just stop trying to figure it out. If you want to do it, figure out how you can do it. Stop trying to wrap your head around the mysteries of the human mind, why people think the way they do, why they do the things they do. You'll drive yourself nuts trying to figure all that out. I don't even try it. Sometimes it's better just to understand and to know you're not going to know everything. You don't know everything about everybody. See, and that's just being mature. I don't care what they told you. You still don't know everything. I don't care how many watch hours you have on a video or how many times you watch your favorite person online. You don't know you don't know. Unless you know all the different streams of income, you can see all the bank statements, you can see where all the money is coming from. You'll never know. Some people have other people sending them money. Through Zelle, through Cash App, through online begging. It could be through anything. Figure out how you can run it up.
And you stop worrying about what everyone else is doing and what they're buying and how they're affording this and how they're paying for that. And you just bring yourself back to focusing on your financial goals, on the unique path that you are on. What are your goals? Are you making progress towards those goals? Can you say that you feel proud about the choices that you're making with money in your life right now? If you can answer yes to those questions, you're doing really well. I promise you're doing way better than most. And if you're not, that's also okay. Yeah. You can work to figure that out. But again, the focus there comes back to you. And you stop worrying about what everyone else is doing. And you certainly stop making it mean someone doing something that you can't mean something bad or negative about you. Because if they are using debt to pay for it, well, here's the best news ever. That's a them problem. And they're going to have to figure out how to deal with that. And if they're not, and they just have more money than you, then you can just realize it's apples to oranges, right? I would say no two financial situations are exactly the same. They're like snowflakes. My path and my journey is going to look totally different from yours, but we're both starting at different places. We're both trying to create different things. We're both going to face different obstacles along the way. We have different paces that we're going at. It's truly no two financial journeys are the same. And when you realize that, you can just release yourself from trying to figure it all out. Yeah. It doesn't matter what everyone else is doing. Focus on you and you'll be okay.
I'm glad she made this video. I didn't disagree with anything that she said. She was on point from the time she opened her mouth. Let's go to these comments. Okay, and her name is Overcoming and Overspending on TikTok. And it says here, some people also get significant help from their parents, even with adult kids, sometimes the grandparents. And some people don't have kids. You see how quick I did that? And some people don't have kids. See, y'all are comparing yourselves to, oh, well, some people get help with the kids. Imagine seeing somebody that doesn't have children and they just live in whatever life that you're just like, how are they doing all that? They don't have children. Or you could compare yourself to somebody who's getting help from their grandparents or their mom. You see how many different lanes this can go? And somebody here commented, people annoy me so bad with this. She must be in credit card debt. Someone else is paying for her. She said, girl, it's a $150 gym set. Oh, y'all are so shady in the comments. And I worked for my degree in my job. I just make decent money. And that's another thing. Some people just buy the stuff that they want outright. They might not be using Klarna, Afterpay, or Affirm, buy now, pay later options. They might have just went to work and put the money aside. They might just be making more money than you. Y'all do know that people go in these job interviews. Well, they used to, at least. I don't know about now. But you used to go in a job interview and get to negotiate. And I say that because the way these jobs come in nowadays, I don't know. But you negotiate how much you're getting paid, your salaries, sometimes even your hourly wage. What you make in an hour might differ from your coworker because you all have different specific skills that some might pay more, some might pay less. And sometimes they just lowballed you and you took the offer they gave you. And you might actually be more qualified than your coworker. We've seen that before too. Point is, results may vary. Somebody here says, I travel a lot and people assume I have money. I don't really. I drive a 25-year-old car. Oh my, I want to know what it is. It's a Toyota. It gotta be a Toyota. What y'all think? Still use my iPhone 11, buy my clothes at Costco, bought a small house, and I take a lunch to work every day. Somebody here said, I think people return a lot. There is no way they keep all the clothes they show in the halls. Again, I wouldn't care if they keep all the clothes because they're going to buy me some clothes. You see what I'm saying? Like, do I need to figure out how to get me some clothes? A lot of these people do keep all these things. Do y'all know how much in America we overconsume? Do you know we have an overconsumption problem, especially with the youth? They don't just want one of something. They want 2, 3, 4 of them, and they want it in every color, every size, and every variation. Y'all know this. And the next thing they're going to say is, oh, it was so cute. Oh my God. And they're going to go right back and go get some more. Do y'all not remember what happened with the Stanley Cups? And now I can't go nowhere without seeing a little boo-boo doll on somebody's stuff. And they don't just got one. They got like 3 of them hanging off the side of the purse. Let's be for real, y'all. Somebody here said, can't stand when somebody comments must be nice when somebody posts something nice. Comparison is truly the thief. I think they're trying to say the thief of joy, and I agree. And I would reply with, yeah, it is nice. Don't let nobody steal your joy now. Now, I understand a lot of people may feel a way that you're doing things or you're able to do things. But if you work hard and you actually just make a good amount of money and you delay your gratification or whatever you had to do to get whatever it is you got, if you did so responsibly, I don't see any problem with it. Some people just won't understand, and that's okay. Maybe your life ain't for everybody to understand. Everybody's not going to understand why you do everything you do. You don't even got to explain yourself to people. Just let people think whatever they want to think. They're going to do it anyway. And this one right here. Man, these are some good comments. My husband went to school for 12 years to become an anesthesiologist and missed out a lot of his 20s so we could live a comfortable life. See, that's the other thing, that delayed gratification. Her husband wasn't out just doing everything everybody else was doing. He was being responsible. He had to hold it down till he could come up. And now in his 30s, he's probably doing very well. But if you just met him in his 30s and started making assumptions about his life and you didn't know what he had to sacrifice and what he went through, and you just said, oh my gosh, it must be nice that you have a nice house. Must be nice that you're able to have a nice car. Y'all do know that life is a process, right? We all are on our different journeys. You can't judge people based off of what you see right now. You don't know them that much. And this is another one. This is the comment I was saying earlier. Someone here says, also, some of us chose not to have kids, so we have so much more cash monies. And I don't say that to take any shots or anything towards the parents, because I think that having children is a beautiful thing. I love the kids. I really do. But my whole thing is, if you're comparing yourself to people that don't have children, you don't think that they don't have to worry about daycare. They're not worried about formula, diapers. Again, apples to oranges. It's just 2 different lives. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of the things that people have encountered in life or added into their life might cost a lot of money. Shoot, my dog even cost me a lot of money. If you're a homeowner, that might cost you a lot of money. If you have a car, that might cost you a lot of money. If you like boats and motorcycles, that might be the thing that's draining your pockets. Everybody's situation is so different, so unique and personal to them. I just don't see a point in comparing. But don't never let nobody steal your joy. And then also just be grateful for whatever you have, regardless. Because I guarantee you somebody in the world wants exactly what you got. That's just the nature of people. Even if you don't think you got a lot. So just think about it like that. So just be grateful. I want y'all to be honest and tell me, do you ever find yourself constantly comparing yourself to other people, whether that's on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram? And what do you think about this video? Do you agree with the fact that, hey, some people really do just have more money than you? Or do you think everybody is just drowning in debt? But we have to start making better decisions today in order to have a better future.